defend the Mawla of our Mawla. How do we start? When did Rasulullah become a prophet? First question. Inshallah, I'll lay out the questions and then give the answers accordingly. When did he know, or when did he become a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You see, this in itself is a very big discussion, because unfortunately, majority of the Muslims hold a belief that our prophet was not a prophet until he reaches the age of 40. Which means what? Which means he was not a prophet for 39 years. And not just that, if he wasn't a prophet, they go further and say he wasn't even a Muslim. They have a belief where they say that the Rasulullah had the same belief as those mushrikeen within Makkah until he turned 40. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, oh, by the way, you're a prophet. So, as yesterday, all references will be provided, inshallah, that you can go and read up and look at these references and understand the points more clearly. When did he become a prophet? He was a prophet from the moment he was created.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
Not created in the human form, but created in alim Allah. Because again, when you study Islamic history, there was always going to be a difference of opinion. And it's not just with Islam. If you look at all other religions as well, or just historical facts, you will always have one person having an opinion and another person countering that opinion. Even in the field of academia, you will see that even when it comes to, for example, philosophy, or when it comes to psychology, one would come forward with a theory, and he would say, this is what I think. Another person will come forward and disagree. He will bring his evidences and say, in my opinion, it's like this. And it's been going on for centuries. The same applies to our religion, especially when it comes to our Aqidah and Islamic literature. Some are going to come forward with some opinion, others are going to come forward with another. Our job is what? To do what I said in the first lecture, the two weighty things. You have the Quran and you have the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. If you ever feel that you are stuck on anything, go to the Quran and go to the Ahlul Bayt. I guarantee the answer will always be there.
Subhanallah.
They have never left us without an answer. So, according to them, when did he become a prophet? When he was 40. According to us, when was he a prophet? What was the first thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created? A lot of people within Islam say that the qalam, the pen, was the first thing that was created. Then they say the arsh and the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was the second thing that was created. But we are of the firm belief that Rasulullah himself said, the first thing that Allah created was mine.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
The Prophet was a prophet before anything was created. Unfortunately, some people come forward with the belief. Narration, we are going to look at Tafsir al-Kabir by Fakhruddin al-Razi, volume 8, page 424. What does he say? He says that the Prophet, na'udhu billah, followed the faith of his kafir people for 40 years, and then Allah guided him and then made him a prophet. When you say Allah made him a prophet, you're actually saying that he wasn't a prophet for 39 years. And you're saying that he didn't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is the biggest insult ever. Think about it. If somebody outside of Islam was to criticize our Prophet, we would be the first ones, all Muslims together, to go and defend our Prophet. Is it not true? If you think about it, for example, Charlie Hebdo, he released a magazine in which he began to insult the Prophet and created drawings of the Prophet. What did the Muslim Ummah do? They protested to the extent that even the news got involved, and that person had to then stop his publication. There were other drawings in Denmark, for example, where they drew Rasulullah with something on his head that wasn't supposed to be there. Muslims objected, they stood out in protest. Yet this is a worse insult to our Prophet. A mere drawing is a depiction of that person. This is, you are attacking the Nabuwat at the very core. You're saying he wasn't even a prophet for 39 years and he didn't even know that he was a prophet. In fact, moving forward onto Musnad Ahmad ibn Hanbal, on the authority of Nawafil bin Hisham bin Syed bin Zayd. So that's the chain of narrators for those who would like to see it. The Prophet was eating meat with Abu Sufyan that he had slaughtered in the name of the idols. So what does this show you? That before 40, within the 39 years, Rasulullah would sit. Forget the fact that he was sitting with Abu Sufyan. Forget that for a second. Just the fact that this meat was not halal and it was cut in sacrifice to the idols of Quraysh. And you are narrating in your authentic books that our Prophet sat down and consumed this meat that was not halal. Until one of the companions or friends of the Prophet came and told the Prophet, this is not something that we should consume. And the Prophet said, you know what, you're right, and then got up and left. This is Musnad Ahmad ibn Hanbal. So not only, this is why I say we do not have the same Prophet. This lecture is titled, Not My Prophet. This is your Prophet. Our Prophet is Ma'soom. Our Prophet is created from light. Our Prophet never made a mistake. And our Prophet knew who he was.